worst things I've seen at a stadium. Honestly, I've been on every stadium in the league. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, it is bad.
One of the worst things. It's one thing to talk trash and all that, but to be physically throwing things that can hurt players on the field, it's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are. Hey, William, can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. We've got Columbus Crew head coach Caleb Porter. We're going to go to the folks in the room. We'll go, Brett, do you want to start us off? Then Jacob and Thomas.
Obviously, you didn't play your best, but you do. The group does show the fight that they have to be able to.
I disagree with you.
Yeah.
I thought second half we absolutely dominated. So I would start right there. I disagree with you. The second half was unbelievable. We completely dominated the game. Yeah, we had 20 minutes in the first half where we didn't play our best, but to generalize the whole game as we didn't play our best, I don't agree with that.
So, but they do show the fight though throughout all.
And good play.
Yeah.
Good play in the second half. Really good play. Deserved 2 goals.
So what change do you feel like from the first to second half?
We started playing our game, keeping the ball. I thought actually first 20 we were good, and then we started giving the ball away. And we were in this cycle of, giving the ball away 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and we never snapped out of it. And, when you do that, you give a team like that life and, turnovers and transitions. And second half, it was all us. It was one-way traffic. I don't know what the shots were in the second half, but we had the total run of the play. We had way more shots than they did in the second half. And our aggressiveness, they could barely get out. We had them locked in. We had a complete grip on the game. And, when you do that and you play like that, you're going to score goals. And I loved our mentality. Sorry, not to come at you. For me to generalize, there are a lot of people that generalize things, and I just don't agree with generalizations. In football, you got to talk about first half, second half, runs of play, periods of play. And our second half was outstanding, absolutely outstanding, and that's why we ended up getting the draw.
Do you feel like the, possession and all that dominating play, did that create the quality of chances you were looking for in the second half?
Second half. We had a lot of good chances, a lot of good moments in around the goal. Scored deserved 2 goals. So very happy with the second half, and not as happy with the first half. And we got to do better, obviously, after the goal that we scored as well. Concentrating and obviously a long throw in, clearing our lines out and getting pressure on the ball. So there's still a lot to improve in, but that's a great result on the road against a very good team, and for us to battle back twice and to rip a 3 points out of the death, out of their grip is massive for us, because we continue to gain power, in refusing to lose, and they probably lose a little power, to be honest with you. Losing a game like that can really wobble a team, and I think for us to find that late winner, to be on the road in a really tough environment, really loud stadium, against a very good team. Their front 3, I would put them up with the best, up there, the best in the league. Honestly, those 3 guys up top, with Acosta, Brenner, and Vasquez. So they're a very good team, and that's why they're having a good year, and that's a great result for us on the road, especially coming from behind twice.
What got into you after the game? You turn around, shush the fans like you did about a year ago, and then you go into the corner to try to celebrate with your fans. What seemed to happen there?
Yeah, I told you guys. They're throwing stuff on the field. They're throwing water bottles and beer cans on the field. So I don't like that, and I'm going to protect my players. And that's one of the most classless things I've seen in this league in 9 years, to have fans literally throwing projectiles on the field at our players. Imagine if a beer can hits one of our players in the head, or a water bottle from the upper row. It's completely embarrassing. And so, yeah, I'm not going to stand for that. I'm protecting my players, and that's ridiculous. I hope people get suspended, because I've never seen that type of thing. There were at least 20 water bottles and beer cans thrown from their fans. That's wrong. That's wrong. Imagine if the players get hurt. Yeah, it's one thing we can all, yell and scream and talk this and that, but when you start throwing things physically on the field at our players, the league better step in on that, because that's disgusting.
Thanks for the time, Coach. Kevin started tonight. He played a lot more central. You're able to do a little bit different than with Derek, and then Derek comes in the second half. Can you talk about the decision to start Kevin, and then also what Derek brought in once he was brought in?
I think, Kevin has been progressing nicely. Obviously had a good game off the bench last game and was a part of setting up kind of 2 goals. I didn't think the first half was his best. I thought the second half he did a little better. Derek's always a guy off the bench, right? When you look at Chicago Fire, I look at over his career, he's a guy that, every once in a while he's good to bring off the bench because he, especially if he's not scoring and he's not in his best run of form, he's good on a reset, and he tends to come into a game with a chip on his shoulder, just like Chicago Fire and obviously this game. So that was kind of the plan, and again, I think there's a lot to look at. There's certainly things to improve on, but it'd be nice if you guys just start to talk good things about this team and how much they fight, because if the supporters aren't proud of the fight of this group of guys today, I don't know what they're proud of, honestly, because these guys are fighting their asses off every single game. And yeah, it's not perfect. It's football. Never is. I don't think there's a team in this league that's perfect. You watch every team, they have moments where they don't win, moments where they lose, moments where they don't score when they should, moments where they give up goals. That's football. That's this league. But these guys are fighting their asses off. And today they fought their asses off for our supporters. And the last 14 games, they fought their asses off every single game. And a lot of those are on the road. And a draw on the road, coming from behind, is a great result against that team. And we'll take it. And I think it is. It would be nice if the fans start to talk a little bit better about the fight that this group is showing. Because I think they deserve that based on what we're doing. And I get it. High standards are good. I have high standards. I'm pissed every game we don't win. But these guys deserve, right, with the season they're having and how much they're fighting and the results we're getting, they deserve for the supporters to, feel good about how they fought today.
And can you talk about the goal for Steven? Because he looked really upset after the second goal went in for Cincinnati, because he blocked the shot from Miazga, bounced in, had a weird bounce, and then he scored that goal. He looked emotional throughout the entire match. Can you just talk about his fight and what?
Yeah, I think he was disappointed because he obviously went out to the ball. We talked a lot this week about, making sure on set pieces or crosses that on that second wave we get pressure out on the ball, and he did, but it kind of went through him. I mean, he's got to be just a little bigger on that and block it, but that's why he was probably disappointed. But what a great response from him. Thought the subs went in and did a nice job. Obviously, late in the game, we went into a 4-4-2 diamond. I thought that helped. Put a lot of numbers in the box for us. And, I thought Derek, Yao, even Eric Hurtado, those guys did well coming in the game. Mo Farsi brought a little spice on that left. So, pretty good performance from the subs. And, I think there's a handful of guys that had great games. I really liked the personality of the group in the second half. I really liked that. I thought Lucas's attitude was excellent. Kucho's, the entire team, Darlington, Jonah, Milos, they just showed a lot of personality. And, that's important. That's important. The results, yes, we need to get more wins. We know that. But when you have a team that has a good personality and refuses to lose and fights every game and rolls their sleeves up and never quits. I mean, I'm watching, games in MLS, 4-0 losses. Mm-hmm. We're in every fucking game. Every game we're fighting. And, I think the fans should believe in us because I think we're going to do big things this year.
Thank you.
Larry, you want to close up?
Coach, thanks for the time. Will Sands, back-to-back starts for him, obviously a young player, playing a big role now down the stretch of the season. What did you like from him tonight, and what are you hoping to see from him down the stretch?
Yeah, he's a young player. I think he's got a great attitude. He works and trains really hard. He's aggressive, and I thought he fought really well today. Probably needed a little bit more out of him going forward. Obviously late in the game, which is why we went with Farsi, but his defending I thought was really good today. And we'll look at the 2 goals we gave up. One's a long throw and one's a transition that I thought we could have squeezed out a bit better. There's definitely things to improve for sure. I didn't like that when we scored the goal that we let our guard down. I didn't like the first half, after we started giving the ball away. I do think the start of the game was good, first 15-20. But then once we started giving the ball away, I didn't like our response from there.
And then Aiden Morris came back in as well. I know he's been in and out of the lineup, but What did you think of his performance? And obviously working next to Darlington, I think it's only going to make him better. Obviously learning from a guy like him.
Thought his second half was a lot better than his first. I thought in the first half he lost too many balls. So he's got to be better under pressure. That's an area he needs to improve on. I thought his engine was very good. He gets around, he wins balls for sure. But yeah, he has to at times, and we saw in the first half, be a bit better under pressure. And I thought second half he was really good.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Thanks, Joe.